Ladies and gentlemen, we just had a look at Deathbringer a few months ago back in Season 13, after rocket launchers saw a nice beefy damage buff. And Deathbringer does have the potential to output a ton of damage from a single rocket. And I stress the word potential because that's what it was. Potential damage. The theoretical numbers were impressive, but in terms of single target damage, what Deathbringer lacked was consistency. Lo and behold, here in Season of the Splicer, a catalyst for this extremely powerful rocket launcher is now dropping, which has the ability to negate its biggest flaw: consistency. I suggest you go back and check out the previous review I did on Deathbringer if you want the full story on this weapon. But if you ain't got time for that mess, quick recap. Deathbringer is an exotic void rocket launcher, and there is a quest from the Shadowkeep campaign to obtain this weapon. Its intrinsic trait is Dark Deliverance, fires remotely detonated projectiles that will drop void orbs on combatants, kinda like a little mini Nova Bomb. The exotic perk is Dark Descent. The further a void orb falls, the more powerful the detonation. And it's not necessarily the fall distance of the orb, but the time spent in the air. Total hang time. Kinda the same thing, but not exactly. The newly obtainable exotic catalyst though, which I saw drop while grinding Nightfalls, and I'm not sure if this is the only acquisition source. It may drop at the end of any activity completion, but I can say with 100% certainty, it will drop from Nightfalls. But anyway, the catalyst increases how quickly Dark Descent reaches its full potential, meaning the orbs need less time in the air to reach their max damage. So how much is this improving matters? Well, in my previous testing, I found out that a void orb spawned from the initial detonation would have to hang in the air for roughly 3 seconds to reach the maximum potential damage. This is where those single target damage consistency issues came into play. You would need to lob that initial shot high above your target's head to give those 7 void orbs the best chance of seeing full damage. But the higher you shoot that initial projectile, the more time there was for things to go wrong. The higher you detonate your initial shot, the more spread out the void orbs were gonna be. They do carry some aggressive tracking on them, but they do need to be within the proximity of a target for the tracking to kick in. Inevitably, some would stray off course and not make contact. Then if there were multiple enemies on the field, those orbs might not lock onto your desired target. Or they could just contact a hard surface on the way down, detonate early, and not damage a damn thing. And if you were in a room with a low ceiling, you just weren't gonna see full damage. With the catalyst though, those orbs now reach maximum damage in just about 2 seconds, I'm calling it. FYI, you can tell which ones are max damage because they will hit for yellow damage numbers. In this case, 22,134. So, this is only cutting 1 second. But I gotta tell ya, it makes a world of difference. You don't need to aim as high, so you have a much better chance of these orbs landing on their desired target, which is great. But also, the damage over the duration of the hang time is ramping up much faster. So even placing a shot just over your target's head will have the orbs that are hitting early for less than max damage come in with bigger numbers than they would without the catalyst. But we also see the potential for any orbs that stroll in late to hit for max damage. You can even fire a shot directly at a target. We're gonna see healthy damage numbers from the orbs that strike early, and those few that wrap around in late are hitting for max damage. This was just not a possibility without the catalyst. So like I said, even though the catalyst is only cutting 1 second, this is taking Deathbringer to the next level. Deathbringer with the catalyst, I think, could become a meta pick. It has very high burst damage, good crowd control capabilities, and you don't even need to gain line of sight on a target to deal damage to them. The catalyst makes this weapon very strong. But we're gonna have to see how things shake out as the season progresses. Another thing to note though, we do have some rocket launcher mods available in the seasonal artifact here in Season of the Splicer. Blast Radius, Rocket Launcher Scavenger, and Rocket Launcher Loader are all available on the cheap. In Warmind's Decree, if the full damage from the Void Orbs from Deathbringer count as splash damage, this has huge potential with the Warmind cell build. I'll post an update in the comments section once I get this mod unlocked and have a chance to try it out. But there's some really nice potential synergy here if it works. The one I really want to highlight though is that deep discount that we're getting on Argent Ordnance. Originally a whopping 5 energy points, costing just 1 if you grab it in the seasonal artifact. If you're unfamiliar with this mod, it's going to increase the damage and reload speed for rocket launchers. And you can run up to 3 copies of this mod and see increasing benefits. With 1 copy equipped, you're going to net a 20% damage increase. With 2 copies, 25%. With 3 copies, you're going to get a 35% damage increase to your rocket launchers. And I generally shied away from this mod in the past for a couple reasons. First, it consumes a stack of charge with light anytime a rocket damages a target. unlike high energy fire, which only uses a stack on a kill. Then you need to commit 3 out of your 5 combat mod slots on your armor to reap the full benefits. And this mod was just stinking expensive to equip. But now, with it seeing its energy requirements decreased by 80%, it's not as big of an ask to see that very substantial damage boost. In Deathbringer's case, if you're running 3 copies, a single rocket has the chance of netting you over 200,000 points of damage. Without the catalyst, you probably weren't going to see it. With the catalyst, you have a fighting chance. So Deathbringer's catalyst is very strong. If you see it drop, I highly recommend knocking out the kills and getting this thing unlocked. Deathbringer was a good, but inconsistent weapon before the catalyst, but upon masterworking it, I think this weapon is going to be a serious contender. But hey, if you did enjoy this video, please remember to leave it a like, and consider subscribing to the Ironworker Gaming channel to catch much more Destiny 2 content as we move through Season of the Splicer. If you'd like to contact me, you can look for Ironworker814 on Twitter, join our channel Discord, link will be in the description, or comment down below and I will do my best to get back to you. And with all that being said, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to check out this catalyst breakdown. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you on the next one.